2 lines? Oh my God. I'm shaking still.
Come here, do you wanna sit up here? Okay. There you go, buddy. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I'm just so excited to finally get this content out because I filmed this all the way back in December. I'm so excited for this journey. I'm excited to be a mommy. These are the original pregnancy tests that I just like threw in Jared's face. Let's start from the beginning, the timeline. So after we got engaged, we knew we wanted to have a family right away, and everyone was just telling us it takes a long time. Even my gynecologist was like, it's not something that happens really soon. Luckily, I've never been on birth control. Well, that's not true. I was on birth control when I was like 22 for good skin for like 3 months. I went behind my mom's back and got it because she never wanted me to be on birth control. Me and Jared have been together for like 7 years, and I remember my gynecologist saying something to me like, you've been together that long and having unprotected sex sometimes, like, I'm not saying anything, I'm not saying you're gonna have issues getting pregnant, but it just seems, you know, crazy that you've never had a pregnancy. I've never been pregnant up until now. And for me, it was just that I've always known my cycle, and I'm gonna talk about this book that I highly recommend. It's called Taking Charge of Your Fertility. I actually learned how to family plan and how to avoid pregnancy back when I was in high school. I remember this husband and wife came and talked to us during sex ed. Like, we learned like condoms and birth control and all that, and then they had like the natural people come and talk about it, and they were just saying things like, you know, you can avoid pregnancy by knowing your set days, and this of course only works if you have a regular cycle. I'm not putting this out there for everybody. I'm not saying do this and go off your birth control. Talk to your doctor first and see what would be right for you. I'm by no means going to be responsible for anybody else's hormones and how they family plan, but this is my video and what I personally did. So I remember that couple talking to us, and as much as I thought it was like so stupid, I wasn't even having sex at that point, I was just like, wow, that kind of makes a lot of sense. So I just started noticing different things. Like, I noticed my cycle, I noticed when I got my period. It wasn't until July, 2019 July, that I started tracking my period in an app. There's a lot of different apps. I forget which one I was using, maybe Flow, and it tells you like, this is your fertile time, this is when you're getting your period. And because my period has been so regular for so many years, it would always guess my period. And then so it would tell me the days to either have sex if you want to get pregnant, or the days to avoid. So for a long time, that's what I was doing. I was avoiding those days, but I kind of already knew those days because I know when I ovulate. They talk all about this in this book, Taking Charge of Your Fertility. So read this book if you're trying to get pregnant, or if you're trying not to get pregnant and you just want a natural way of doing things. She teaches you how to chart, and all that kind of stuff. So I highly recommend this. I just got this used on Amazon. Even though I had a healthy cycle and I knew my days, I just didn't think that it was going to be something that would happen right away for us, just because I thought about what my gynecologist said, and him being like, yeah, it's just, you know, you've never gotten pregnant, maybe you're somebody that it's going to take a little bit longer and you're going to have to actively try. That's kind of my backstory. And then fast forward to November, we got legally married, and that was just something that our wedding planner told us to do. She was like, you should get legally married first. That way when you have our official wedding in December, then it's kind of the party part and it's really fun. And she recommends a lot of her brides to do that as well, that are having a beach wedding. So since we didn't get married in a church, we had a beach wedding, and officiant, he was so cool. He told us to get married beforehand. So we did all the boring stuff first. We did the paperwork, we did the court, and then we had a cute little chapel wedding here in Los Angeles. And then in December, we went and had like our real wedding. After our courthouse wedding, we were just like, obviously like lovey-dovey, like, oh my gosh. And I remember that week, that's pretty much when we officially started to try. So we by no means thought when we tried in November we were gonna get pregnant, but we did.
Holy fucking shit. I'm seriously shaking.
Kind of explains my first reaction when I was like, what the fuck? Because I just couldn't believe it. I was like, what? Like, we had it in our heads, just set in stone, it's going to take a long time to get pregnant. Like, words of affirmations, what we kept telling ourselves, and looking back, we shouldn't have talked like that.
I know so many girls surprise their husbands and boyfriends and fiancés, and they like do this whole thing, but I like want to tell them like right now because I'm like shaking, like I'm literally shaking.
Yeah.
Did you pee on it?
Yeah.
I think you're pregnant. Wait, am I looking at the wrong one? No, that's pregnant. Come here.
I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out.
You're not getting your period.
No, I know. I just didn't want to. I wanted to surprise you in a way today, but I didn't know how.
Took a pregnancy test, and here we are. No, I think I think these ones are cute.
How big is it gonna be? This is gonna come out of you?
Yeah. Or this one, little peanut. I think new to the crew is perfect for them opening it.
Yeah.
What age is this? How do you know? How do you know what a baby wears?
4-pack. How do you know how old?
I don't know.
The other said maybe NB, newborn?
Yeah, and this is 0 to 3 months, so they should get shoes to go with it, right?
For sure.
They're gonna need shoes.
Purple pops. What are these? Little mittens? This is Spanish. What is this? Like, it's a cat toy.
New to the crew. We're gonna give that to my mom. We just got another test. This one comes with 3. Everything's on the bed because I just got home from Aspen last night. I'm just like still freaking out. So we just dip it in?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. I'm sitting on the toilet, guys.
You may.
Is this a yes or no? No, it's a line.
Yeah, it says wait 3 minutes until reading.
Okay, I'll update you guys in 3 minutes. It's filling up. Come back. Ew, sorry guys. Sorry that you just saw my pee. Is that a second line? Two lines. 2 lines?
That's only 1 minute and 10 seconds.
You really had a time. I don't think you have to do it an exact timer, guys.
Give it 3 minutes.
Oh my god. Jared, we're pregnant.
Oh my god.
He's holding me, guys. I'm shaking still.
In November, we conceived, and then I didn't know. So for weeks, that's usually what happens. A lot of women don't know right in the beginning because it's so early. You haven't missed your period yet, and a lot of people don't have symptoms yet. Some people are nauseous right away, or little things happen, and I'll make a video on like little things that were like, whoa, like looking back, I was like, that wasn't right. Then in the beginning of December, I left for the Aspen trip that you guys saw I went on. I went on an influencer trip with the brand Kalia, Carrie Underwood's brand, and we got to meet Carrie Underwood and spend the weekend with her and interview her and be with a ton of different influencers. And I just didn't feel right on that trip. I was so excited right before the trip, and then once we got to the trip, I just wanted to be home. Like, I just had this like weird pit in my stomach that I had to get home. And at this point, I thought I was getting my period because that was the week I was supposed to get it. And that's usually when you either find out you're pregnant or not, because you're about to either miss your period or get your period. I didn't miss my period yet, but I was having cramps. So I knew my period was coming, and I said to Jared, we're not pregnant because I feel my period coming. So that's why he had no idea and was looking at the test like, ah. So I go on the trip and I pack all my stuff. I have my pads, I have my tampons, different underwear I like when I have my period. I feel like looking back, if you were watching my stories during that trip, you just knew that I was so tired.
Looks like they're having so much fun at dinner, but I just couldn't. I stayed back because we got back at 6:30 and dinner wasn't until 8. And I was like, you guys brought the grandma on the trip. Moral of the story, know your limits. For me, I'm fun during the day. At night, I can't stay up late. At an 8 p.m. dinner,
I was just really tired on that trip. Everyone kept blaming it on the altitude. They were like, oh, it's the altitude of being in Aspen. That's why you're not feeling right, because I just was not feeling right. Finally, I was late when we were in Aspen, but only by like 1 or 2 days. And sometimes that happens to me when I'm traveling and more nervous and stressed. And I was stressed to interview Carrie and nervous. So at this time, I'm 4 weeks pregnant. I can't wait to put this in the baby book. Like, I'm 4 weeks pregnant in Aspen interviewing Carrie Underwood. And mommy had no idea that she was pregnant with you. But anyway, we actually flew home the next morning and I went to take a pregnancy test the minute I got home. But by the time I got home, it was nighttime. I just wanted to eat, relax, be with my husband, be with my dogs, and I was just like, forget it, I'll just take it first thing in the morning. A lot of people that are pregnant will tell you this. You just wake up extremely early in the beginning of pregnancy. That morning I woke up at like 4:30 and I grabbed a test and I was like, you know what, I'm doing this. I wanted to wait until Jared wasn't home. He always goes to the gym in the morning, but I was like, forget it, I'm doing this. So at 4:30 in the morning, you hear my little feet. I'm like, I go take the test and then I just start pacing. Cause I'm like, how could this be? Like, I was just in Aspen. Like, oh my God, what, like, how could this be? Like that, it was just like, it's this crazy emotion when you see that positive line test and you just, everything's going through your head. And I've seen so many videos of people surprising their significant others, like, yay, we're pregnant, and setting up this cute thing. But for me, I just had to tell Jared right away because we just tell each other everything. We always joke around that we're up each other's butts. And I just couldn't hold that on me because right after Aspen, we were home only for 2 days and then we were leaving for New York. And I just could not go to New York or plan something in 2 days and just not tell him. I wanted to get to the doctor. I wanted to confirm I was pregnant. I wanted to do everything right. And a lot of you guys already know from Instagram, Jared was ready to be a dad like yesterday. Like, he's been so excited for this. So for him, telling him was just like, I couldn't wait to be like, ah, we did it. I literally just put it in his face. I was just like, we're pregnant. And I don't even think he's seen something like this before. So he didn't even know how to read the lines. It really was just the best news ever of being pregnant, but you still go through that period where you're just like freaking out. You're like, I remember I'm like, I'm freaking out. Cause I was just like, how could this be? Because we had mentally prepared ourselves that it was going to be like, we're gonna conceive in the spring. Like, we just mentally prepared ourselves for that. And then a lot of people were like, oh my God, so you were pregnant at your wedding. Luckily, I'm not a drinker. I'm not somebody that likes to drink and get drunk. So I wasn't really planning on probably drinking at the wedding at all. You guys were like, well, did people notice that you weren't drinking or that you were pregnant? So we didn't tell our guests because at the time of our wedding, I was 6.5 or 7 weeks pregnant. So not showing, you don't show that early. A lot of people were like, oh my God, were you showing at your wedding or have to change your dress? No, you're not showing that early. I'm not even showing now and I'm 12 weeks. We did do custom drinks at the wedding. We had a spicy margarita was the groom drink, and then we had a pina colada, which was the bride's drink, because that's my favorite drink, and I just had one without alcohol in it, just a virgin pina colada. So it looked like I was drinking, and I luckily was not sick at my wedding. A lot of you guys know from Instagram, I have been so sick. I'm still so sick. I just get so nauseous and then I throw up, and once I start throwing up, I'm throwing up like all day. For now, while I'm so sick, all I can get down are gummy vitamins. So I'm taking the Smarty Pants Organics prenatal vitamin, and you take 4 of these and they're really good. They just taste like candy. So I feel like it's better than the alternative, not taking anything while I'm sick. So I have been taking those. I once in a while will take the pill because I did pick out prenatals I want to be taking, but when I throw them up, it's like extremely painful and it's awful, and I'm sick like all day. So I was just about to end this video, but look who got home and can talk about what he thinks is going to be the gender.
I think it's a boy. The reason why I think it's a boy So there's no science behind it. I don't think there's any way to know until we know. And like all the high heart rate or low bump.
Oh, the heartbeat, that's what you guys
I
want
think
to
is
know.
baloney.
Our baby's heartbeat is 179.
And I just think it'd be cool to have a boy first and then a girl. We do want both.
Yeah, Jared does want a girl. He
For
talks
sure.
about little tutus all the time.
I think it'll be cute when we have a little girl, for sure.
He wants her to wear like a big princess dress.
Yeah, she'll be a little doll, for sure.
Oh.
A show.
And the other day we saw these kids going to preschool and they were all on the rope.
All
And-
holding it.
Yeah, and Jared thought it was the cutest thing. He saw a girl and he was like, they wear little tutus.
Yeah, they like dress like it's like a ball or something, but it's just a Tuesday.
Yeah, I used to go to school as Belle. Like just full on Belle. And I love that about kids. Like I love that kids have no shame. They're like,
Yeah.
but I want to be a princess.
Yeah, so that's what they do.
That's
So
what
cute.
they-
Older brother will be good for a younger sister. You know, hopefully we'll have them like back to back, so it won't really make a difference.
If I ever do this again.
Irish twins, another form of twins. I wasn't wrong.
It's funny though, because in my family, I'm the oldest, so it first started with girl, then boy, and his
Same thing.
girl, then boy,
But
then girl.
my dad was the oldest in his family, and also your dad,
Yeah,
oldest.
no, my dad was the youngest. So,
Your grandpa,
only child and a boy.
boy.
Yeah,
We got some things going.
but my mom,
Right.
but Ned,
Oldest child and a girl.
older brother.
Older brother. They just go through everything together, kind of like the dogs.
Yeah, Wyatt and Harper are so good together. They're playing
Bestie
right now.
squad.
They're the bestie squad. Me, Wyatt, and Harper, the bestie squad. You know what I mean, squad?
Shucks. Shucksers. Been real. Samily.
Love you guys. Excited for this journey. And I don't know what the next video is going to be. Probably a wedding video. Because
We'll
that's how
see.
we're rolling. Bye.